Hello students, welcome to e-learning session. Today we'll understand respiratory system. Okay, let's begin with nose. Students, we'll understand now respiratory system, the structure and function. Now the respiratory system begins with nose. Now this respiratory system and respiration, it begins with nose. Now inside the nose, air is filtered with the help of hair and mucus present in the nose. So with the help of hair and mucus, air is filtered. Now what happens? What function is performed by hair? We'll understand one by one. Hair and mucus. The functions of hair and mucus. Now hairs. They are present. These hairs, they prevent large particles from entering in the nose. So dust particles get prevented due to the hairs, and then this air it passes from the nasal chamber into inner lining of the nasal chambers. So when this air enters into inner lining of nasal chambers, here air becomes warm. Three functions are performed here. First one, air becomes warm. Second one, air becomes moist. And third one, mucus. Now the mucus perform the functions. These mucus secretion, it entraps the harmful particles. Now air becomes free from dust particles, and this air becomes warm and moist. Now it passes through respiratory tract. Now we'll understand now about it. Now see the passage of air. It comes from outside, enters here into nasal chamber. These are the linings of the nasal chamber. Now air becomes moist, warm, and then it passes through the small palate, and this is pharynx. Now here we can see food pipe and windpipe. Now see, this is a passage. Now this, from this pharynx, this air passes into nasal air, what we call tract. That respiratory tract. Now this is epiglottis. So it covers this portion while it. So this is a pharynx. Now it is a common passage for both food and air. Now when we are breathing process is continuous. So this is a passage of air, and this air passage is having epiglottis. Okay. And when we are eating food, what happens when means when the food is coming from this passage, at that time this epiglottis, it covers this area. It means air passage gets closed and food directly passes into esophagus. Understood? And when we are not eating food at that time, this epiglottis, it remains open and air continuously get passed through this passage. This is a trachea. Okay, this process. Now this continuously windpipe is called as trachea, and this entrance of the trachea is guarded by this epiglottis. What is epiglottis? Epiglottis is a flap. Okay, so this flap is always guards trachea. When we are eating food at that time. Understood? So during swallowing, especially eating means which process? During swallowing. Understood? So what happens if it gets incompletely closed? If it is not closed completely, at that time what happens? So incomplete closure of epiglottis during swallowing the food causes cough. Now this is beginning of our windpipe. Now this is swollen at this portion. What is it? It is larynx. Understood? So this larynx means it is here the portion of sound box is present. So it is swollen here, and then it passes and enters into thorax. In this thorax region, it bifurcates into two parts. So one part enters into right lung, and this second part enters into left lung. Now these two are lungs. They are present on the see, this is heart. So they are present on either side of the heart or both sides of the heart, right side and left side. Where they are placed in, so this portion of our body is called as thoracic portion. So these are vital organs. They are placed in a bony rib cage called as bony cage called as rib cage. So behind that rib cage, these two lungs and heart is placed. Understood? So they are protected by rib cage. Understood? And in which cavity they are placed? In thoracic cavity. So the maximum area, if we see carefully, this maximum area of thoracic cavity is covered by two lungs. Heart is very small as compared to these two lungs. It is almost of our fist. Size is very small as compared to lungs. Now so these two lungs, and now this is a vertical section, means vertically it is cut open to see inside what is inside. Now this lung, both lungs are covered by pleura, singular pleural membrane, and as here are two lungs, hence it is pleura. So protective covering of lung is called as pleura or pleural membrane. Understood? These lungs, they are elastic because they expand and contraction takes place. They are elastic like a sponge. Lungs are made up of very small compartment. See, these are small compartments. These are called as alveoli. In other words, we say these are air sacs where air is filled. Understood? And then these alveoli are covered with, richly supplied with blood capillaries, because exchange of gases takes place actually here. Now walls of alveoli and capillaries are extremely thin. Now we'll see about alveoli. Now any doubt about these two lungs? Here in diagram we see this is a windpipe trachea. It bifurcates here. One branch enters into right lung, second one into left lung. These two lungs are situated on the either sides of heart. Now see downside we can see diaphragm. Understood? So when lungs expand, it sags downside. When lung contracts, means how they expand? When it sags downside. Understood? Now we'll understand the structure of alveoli. Now it is windpipe trachea. Trachea bifurcates into two bronchi. Now these two are bronchi. Each bronchi is subdivided into bronchi, or what singular is called as bronchiole. Then it subdivides and ends into sacs, air sacs. Understood? Now this bronchiole, and it is, so it becomes smaller. It is called as alveolar duct, and these are the small alveoli. Now see, this is alveolar duct and it is single alveolus. Now this alveolus, its wall is very thin. It is richly supplied with capillaries. Now this is the structure. How each alveoli is richly supplied with blood capillaries. Why blood capillaries? Because exchange of gases takes place. The wall of capillaries and alveoli are very thin. So due to this thin wall, exchange of gases takes place very easily. Both the lungs are richly supplied with large number of alveoli. Lakhs of alveoli are present in both in lungs. Why these large number of alveoli are present? So this large number of alveoli are present in the lungs because larger surface area is available for gases exchange. Gases exchange into the lungs. We know that lungs are having large number of alveoli. Alveoli are richly supplied by capillaries. Now this is a capillary. see, blood from pulmonary and artery enters into this capillary. Okay, see, this is the entry of blood. Now this blood is having red blood cells. On that red blood cells there is a hemoglobin. This hemoglobin is iron containing protein. Understood? And its main function is to attract oxygen. So these RBCs, they carry oxygen, and then this oxygen is circulated by RBCs or blood to all parts of the body, that is to every cell. Understood? So this oxygen, when it enters with the air into capillaries, this oxygen is attracted by the hemoglobin, because hemoglobin is having iron, so it gets easily attracted by RBCs. At the same time, carbon dioxide and water vapor is given out from the blood, and then it is expelled out of the body during exhalation. Okay, now see, blood from pulmonary artery enters, then carbon dioxide is given out, oxygen is diffused and enters here in the blood vessel, and then it is passed with the help of, see, this is the diaphragm. It is a muscular partition present at the base of the thoracic cage. This is a diaphragm. It is present between thoracic cavity and downside, between thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. Okay, so simultaneous rising up of ribs and lowering of diaphragm causes the decrease in pressure on the lungs. Now how lungs gets expand? The ribs, means that bony structure, it rises, and this diaphragm, it sags down. As a result, pressure on the lungs get decreased. So as a result, air enters into the lungs from or through the nose. How it enters? When the ribs lifts slightly, they lifts, and when the diaphragm, it sags downside, pressure on both lungs get decreased, and as a result air enters into the lungs. So when the ribs again return to their original position, this diaphragm, it rises here. As a result, pressure creates on the lungs, and air gets passed out through the nose. I hope you understood very well up to here. Okay, students, we'll meet in next session. Till then, bye.